was expecting an engagement.
Because he took you to the jewelry store near Christmas.
I'm like,
well, you guys see, this is why.
Like, where would you take me to a jewelry store around Christmas? I'm thinking you're taking me to pick up an engagement. And he was like, no. And I was like, but I don't understand. Listen, that he learned his lesson that day.
The Best Is Yet to Come is a podcast about dating later in life. It's co-hosted by Tonya Carter, Brenda Yamas, and me, Richard D'Ambrosio. We're all exploring dating from a fun but sophisticated, sexy, and smart perspective. And we're going to be tackling every issue that mature men and women face while seeking love, companionship, and yes, sex. So you can follow us on our private Facebook group and on our YouTube page. Please join us in this discussion about one of the most important things a human being can have, a relationship with a significant other.
I haven't even started drinking yet. Hello, thanks for joining us for episode 15 of The Best Is Yet to Come. My name is Tonya, and I'm joined by Brenda, and Rick is off tonight. Hi, Brenda, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, Brenda. So tonight, episode 15, we're going to be discussing holiday dating. How do you handle that, Brenda? Do you bring your new paramour to meet your family for the holidays, or do you ditch them and leave them home?
Oh, that's a great question. And for us, it's kind of complicated, right? Because at our age, that means we got kids.
Oh, yeah.
We have, extended family. I think that's the biggest issue for me would be like my kid, right? For you, is that a big issue around, to bring somebody around your daughter?
Even though she's older, I just don't feel like my family needs to meet everybody. I'm old school. I come from the days of courting, like my grandma, you bring them home. Who are your people? You got to interrogate everybody. So no, I don't think it's necessary. But it depends on how long you're dating. That's what I'm going to go with that.
You're right. When I was a teenager in high school and started dating, do you know that I had my first boyfriend. My mama was okay with that. But, it was still one of those things where he would come to my house and we still sit on the living room couch. And
with everybody there looking.
Yes. He couldn't go anywhere.
No.
Maybe the bathroom. That's it.
Yeah.
But when I brought my second boyfriend home, my mom looked at me and she said, okay, this is it. You don't get to bring no more boyfriends home. The next one you bring, you got to marry.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I was like, okay, from then on, I would call him and be like, can you meet me down the block? Because you can't come all the way home.
I don't know, because I started dating my ex-husband in the 10th grade. Okay. And, we just progress. You date, go to every prom together. High school, you graduate, you get married, you buy a house, you do what you do. That's the way I was.
Yeah.
And then from there, once we divorced, I met my daughter's father. And we were together 3 or 4 long years. And again, he didn't meet my dad. He's been in my dad's house and he's met some of my family members, but it wasn't like, hello, I want you to go and meet him. Ta-da, here he is, the man of my life. It was like, no, we're going to come up in here low key. We're not even going to make any grand introductions, just go sit in the corner, act like you're not here.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about through the years as I dated in the military.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever brought anybody home that was not my husband. Yeah. Like, after my mom said that, I'm like, I got the message. Won't be bringing anybody home,
Right. Because why should you meet everybody that you're dating?
Oh, absolutely.
It was like every year you got somebody different. I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah. That's a, but on the other hand, right? On the other hand, it's like, we're grown. I should be able to do what I want to do, right? Like if I'm just having a great time and we're going out, So here at Christmas, you know, it's a little different, right? Here in Christmas, it's like a big deal. Like it's a
And
big
here's
party.
Puerto Rico for people who are
Right.
just joining us. Brenda's in Puerto Rico. I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah. So in Puerto Rico, the Christmas Eve is a big deal. We get together, everybody has new outfits, it's a party, you know, that kind of thing. On New Year's Eve, we do the same thing where we all get together, we celebrate, and it is strictly, like, I know when I was growing up, it was strictly prohibited. You do not go to anybody's house on New Year's Eve. You have to spend it with your family. After 12 midnight and you welcome the new year, then you can go to your little friend's house if they were close by. But otherwise, you don't have options, honey. Even if you were dating, you'll sit at your house and be a good girl until it's, you know,
but
12:30.
Why? You can act a fool at 12:01? What's the difference?
I think it's the culture that you spend those holidays with your family and no one else. Like nobody's is as important as your family.
Okay.
To spend the holiday with. Of course, right? I didn't live here and all that stuff. But I mean, imagine if I was dating now and this is still the thing, and I'm here, my family's here, and it's like, oh, who are you gonna spend Christmas with? Because we're assuming you're coming to spend it with us.
Oh yeah.
You know? So I don't know. So what would you say to somebody that just started dating? Okay, you know, I don't want to call no names, but our counterpart, you know, the third wheel in our trio.
Yes, sir. Oh, well, they're good to go. They can just go and start meeting all the family members right now. But for me, I was raised indoctrinated, is what I like to say.
Really?
Into Christianity. So I had to spend every New Year's Eve at the night watch service.
Oh, yes. You know, when I became a Christian, I learned about that. Yes. As an adult, I came to know that stuff. And we used to call it the New Year's Eve service. And yes, you will welcome the new year at church.
And then I took my happy ass home and went to bed. It was no, okay, it's like I'm in my mama's house. You're going to go to this night watch service, and then we're going to go home. You know,
this will be second year. You know, last year I was here for Christmas, but with COVID restrictions, we actually had curfews. So we really couldn't celebrate.
New Year's was that Eve. A good thing for you? Because you like to stay home or not?
You know, I went to a friend's house she's like literally my sister. Like we grew up together. Because they celebrated, but at 10 o'clock at night, I had to be back home because it was curfew and I wanted to make sure I didn't get caught in the streets, you know, after 10. So this year, we don't have curfew. Okay. So this year, if I'm in Puerto Rico, it'll be party. It'll be a party.
You can act up at 12:30.
Oh, yeah. 12:30.
I mean, you're going to bring your daughter up with the same customs, right?
She'll be with her father.
Oh, yeah. Oh, girl.
So I can party.
You can act up.
Can party this Christmas season, this holiday season. Okay. But I'm wondering if I was dating, that would be complicated, right? Because at this point, with me having kids, granted, she's going to spend it with her dad, and that's how it's been. I mean, on my end, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I don't know that I would be that comfortable joining a date at the stage and his family. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I think it's like, how about you Christmas, you go do you, and I'll see you for New Year's.
Yeah. I was dating. I'm trying to think the last time, as you were talking, I was thinking, when is the last time that I have actually gone to some guys and met their family while we were dating? And I want to think Anastasia must have been about 3 or 4 or something. Maybe so. I was dating and a guy asked me to go over to his family. He had a really nice family. So I had known him since we had met when she was about a year old. And so sort of a little back and forth. His family was cool. So I didn't have a problem. And I didn't feel like I was being introduced as the girlfriend, you know? I think it's different. You met the family before the holidays and you're just coming in. Everybody's like, hey, Tonya, hey, Brenda, how you doing, girl? And everyone already knows you. There's not like this big presentation. Yes. I don't want to walk into someone with my head on a platter to be served like this. I'm not going to meet anybody's family member for the first time on holidays.
Oh, yeah. That's too much pressure. I think that's too much pressure for everybody, right?
Yeah, yes. And I don't have the need anymore to meet anybody's family members, whether it comes with age or just a lack of feeling like I need that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to come up now. New Year's Eve, I'm going to be in the Bahamas, girl.
Oh, I so want to be there. I'm
not even worried about these holidays, honey. I'm not even worried about the holidays.
I guess
it really depends on how long you're dating, if it's a relationship or if it's a situationship. Because
that's important.
It's cuffing. I guess that's different from a situationship.
That's a whole nother cup of tea. Like that, when you're cuffing, right? You don't even go anywhere really. You're just not allowed. You don't have those privileges.
Right. It's like I'm going to my mama's house. I bring you a plate, but you don't.
Oh, that's so funny.
I bring you a plate back, but that's pretty much it.
That's it. So look, I found this article. Okay. Because I was like, you know what? I don't know what the right etiquette is. Shoot, right. At this stage of the game, at our age, to me, it's like, just talk about it.
Do it, yeah.
Right. Like, just etiquette. I mean, to me, it's a set of rules, and nothing is meant to be go by a set of rules. So, but this is what it says, and you'll let me know if you agree with this. So, number 1. Don't push him or her into anything he or her is not comfortable with. And I agree with that. What do you think?
I agree with that. That's across the board.
Yeah. Like if your date is just not comfortable, hey, I think you just have to chill and be like, you know what? I respect that.
Yeah. Like, I tell my Girl Scouts, no one has the right to tell you how you should feel. These are my feelings. This is how I feel. I'm upset. You can be pissed off that I'm upset, but it's my right to be upset. So yeah, I go with that.
So number 2 says clear up the gift giving issue. Oh, this is a big one.
Oh yeah.
This is a big one. I think that this is one of those conversations that you're like, I
would go so far as to, Here's my conversation. Brenda, I know we've been dating for a couple of months, and I'm comfortable sharing gifts or exchanging gifts if you are. But if you aren't, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And if he says he's not cool, I'm like, if he doesn't want to share a gift, I'm not going to take it personal. But then I'm going to take it to the next level because I'm me, and I have to be detailed. I don't like surprises. Mm-hmm. So then my next question is going to be, okay, how much are we spending?
Mm-hmm.
Are we $25 and less? Because I don't have a problem with that. Just tell me what to expect. I don't want to show up somewhere and be embarrassed because one of us has gone overboard. Or maybe, let's be honest about finances. We're in the middle of COVID. There's a lot going on. He may not even be able to afford it yet. I may say we've only been dating for, what to me is the nicest thing is a homemade gift, or not homemade, but handmade. Let's get creative with the gifts. Let's see what you can do from the heart instead of just purchasing something. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I dated somebody briefly, and I think it was somebody's birthday or something. And I was like, look, first of all, I'm not into things. I'm into experiences.
Right. Okay.
So going out somewhere, a massage, going out to a new thing, like the experience to me.
Doing something different. Go to a restaurant where there's going to be some belly dancing or something, or that's something, somewhere that's fun, a Greek restaurant.
Yeah. And I think that takes away the pressure of having to purchase a gift, buy this thing. And I don't know if she's going to like it or he's going to like it, or is this too much or is this too little? No, let's just go out and have a nice dinner or watch a band or a concert.
I like that. And then it doesn't happen that day either. This is Christmas, you get the gift, and then it's fun. You're planning it. We're going to go here, we're going to go there. Let's do this, let's do that. You don't have the pressure of sitting there looking across. Does he like this gift? Does he like?
Right. Yeah. I
like
think it takes away. And, and I'm like, I don't need more things. I moved here with 5 Foot Lockers. I expect to take 5 Foot Lockers when I go back. That means I can't buy anything. I'm not buying anything.
Right. You're going to throw some stuff away, right?
Oh, yeah. All right. So number 3.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is going to apply to us, but it says get his parents gifts, but only if it feels appropriate. Oh, I don't know about this one.
So
What do you
here's my
think?
parents' gifting. I can see doing this for the parents. If I had already met the parents, I know the parents. I'm not coming up in your house for the first time with no gifts for these people because then they're gonna think I'm bringing one all the time.
Right.
I don't even take my dad and his wife gifts every time I go out there. Maybe you can bring a dish, a pack of plates, or something. I wouldn't expect my date to bring them some gifts because okay,
yeah, that's a bit much.
Why you give me the gift? Maybe you come in and you bring the mother some flowers that she can put in a vase for the table. Maybe he's told you his dad's favorite cognac or cigar or something, and you do maybe just an honorable mention of a gift. Like if you're gonna get the cognac, get the smallest bottle,
Right.
a little cigar, something, and just something simple that's not presented in front of everybody. Maybe sort of pull him to the side or allow him to say, this is from us, but that's as far as I'm going. And by us, I mean, he's going to buy it because it's his parents.
Right. So this is interesting, right? I grew up, we don't do adult gifts at Christmas in Puerto Rico. We do only the kids. When it's Mother's Day, all the mothers get presents. So our Mother's Day, I get everybody presents. Father's Day, all the fathers get presents. So that way we kind of shift all that Christmas buying at one point, and we just
it gets expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So when I got married to my ex-husband, that was like the first thing I said is like, look, and I explained it to his family too. I was like, look, my family, how we do it, only the kids get presents during Christmas. The adults get presents during Mother's, Father's Day, whatever, down the line. And you know what? They were like, oh my God, that sounds like a great idea. So
I was like, you married into a Southern, probably Baptist family. And I don't know if you guys were raised Catholics or what religion you were raised, but either way, Catholic. So that's like, being raised Baptist, you want to give everybody and their mama a gift.
And I think it's a Southern thing too. They were fine with it, although my in-laws would always buy me something. And I'm like, can't tell them nothing. Because they were like, you're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and that's fine. But you had already said, this is what I'm not going to do.
Right.
It's like 69. No, we're going to do 68 and I'm going to owe you one. Because I already tell you I'm not doing that. See, you're a little late, but you caught it. It took about 30 seconds and a big swig of brandy, but you're here now.
I got it. I was a little slow. I like that 68 plus one. I'm going to owe you that one.
68 and I'm going to owe you one, okay? Because I already told you this was not happening. Next, what's our next tip?
Oh, let's move on because we'll be here for a while. All right. So number 4, don't put too much pressure on the relationship.
I agree.
So let me go a little further. It says, everything seems extra romantic around the holidays, but don't assume that means you have to switch into overdrive. If you guys have been taking things slow, continue doing that. Extra pressure during this time of the year could be just a little too overwhelming. And I agree with that.
Don't take the man out looking for diamond rings December the 1st. Don't take him to a jewelry store. Don't leave no bridal catalogs out. Don't talk about your friends getting married. Don't start looking for, don't start talking about venues because you may be talking about your friends. He's thinking you're dropping hints and he's not even going to show up.
Listen, let me tell you a true story. My ex-husband took me out to a jewelry store around Christmas one year before we got married. And I'm expecting we're going to go look at a ring. Ring.
Yeah.
No, he took me looking for some jewelry. I saw a ring that I loved. It was a thick ring with filigree, but it was not an engagement ring.
Okay.
So
it's a friendship ring.
it was nothing. It was just a piece of jewelry. So in front of the world, because I will never, ever do a scene, I was like, oh, this is such a beautiful, I mean, it really was a beautiful ring, but I was expecting an engagement.
Because he took you to the jewelry store near Christmas.
I'm like,
well, you guys see, this is why.
Like, when you take me to a jewelry store around Christmas, I'm thinking you're taking me to pick up an engagement. And he was like, no. And I was like, but I don't understand. Listen, that he learned his lesson that day. He was like, I'm never taking you to, like, why would I'm thinking?
His mind is not there.
But he had brought up marriage. But anyway, that's another story. But that's what I was expecting, because he had brought up marriage, and I'm thinking, oh, we're going to go shopping for a ring. No, that was not the case. So yes, please don't take the woman to the jewelry store, letting her pick jewelry, because she's going to think.
Don't even walk past one on the sidewalk.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't
close your eyes when the jewelry commercial comes on TV. Change the channel.
Yes, do not. So number 5.
Yeah.
Keep nosy relatives out of your personal life. Oh my goodness.
My mama say once you get them in your business, you cannot get them out. Make that choice.
Oh, yes.
Make the choice.
Nope. Just come up with a standard answer, and anybody that asks, because why is it that people feel like they can be so rude during get-togethers? You know, it's like, excuse me, I know for years, my mom included, oh, you're not pregnant yet? You're not going to make me a grandma? I'm like, listen, no, mom, no. I guess you got 2 grandkids. Be blessed. Keep it moving.
You know, you want to think that they're well-meaning, but it's when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? When are you going to get engaged? You get engaged. When are you going to get married? Damn it, we just got engaged. Why are you not going to give the man a baby? Do you realize I'm going to be the one taking care of this little squalling baby? I'm giving myself a baby. Because he's going to leave this yapping, trapping thing here with me and go with his friends. But it's never, then you have the baby. When are you going to have another one? What the hell? Y'all
I know
what you got to start doing? When your ugly aunt come up to you and say something, talk about her husband who's been cheating on her all these years.
Oh, I saw a meme about that. I saw a meme about the comebacks.
You saw what I put that on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. I put something up. I can't remember what it said, but
yes, I loved it. Talking about when you gonna get married.
Yeah.
Huh? When is your husband gonna start cheating on you? Stop cheating on you.
Exactly. It's some family dirt. See, if you're not quick like me, I'm quick. I got to come back together, get you some index cards, put each relative's name on index cards, and drop them in your purse. Practice your snapbacks and your comebacks. So I'm fast. I got them. But everybody not fast. Practice. Be ready for the answers. They coming.
When you gonna get pregnant? When is Uncle so and so gonna stop cheating around or messing around with the mother man?
Or when you gonna stop having abortions? See, if you have your babies, you don't have to worry about mine. If you just gotta.
Oh, I like that.
Be prepared, y'all, because you know how ignorant is around these holidays. What's our next question?
All right.
Well, how about this? Number 6, what does it actually say about managing expectations? What's the full sentence?
So it says you really can't expect your new boyfriend to get you the perfect present if you just started dating recently. Okay. He doesn't know you well enough. You don't have to pretend you love something that actually isn't your style at all, but appreciate the thought instead of the actual gift itself. Okay. Of course.
Okay. I thought, I was going to say manage expectations as in, I'm not sitting here with your family all night, but we can get to that later. I thought that was a meeting at a departure time, but go ahead.
No, I agree with you. It says, relax and be, number 7, relax and be friendly when attending parties with him or her.
Okay.
I mean, of course, if they bring you to the office party or the corporate party, right? Of course, don't drink too much. Don't be that person. Don't. Yeah. Oh my God, I saw a video of a military ball where the lady was the wife of a high-ranking officer, and she's out there in the dance floor, and she started twerking.
Oh my
And
God.
he, with the quickness, he shut that down really quick with a quick. I remember seeing this a couple of years ago and I was like, oh my God, that is not what you do at a military ball.
I'm trying to remember because that seems like something I would have saw on Facebook. Yeah. I can't remember if he gave her a stern look or if he went over there and snatched her up.
Yes, it was something like that, like a look and a snatch. And I was like, oh my goodness.
And also, I will say this, and this, I saw something like this on Reddit. I'm not sure if you and I discussed this, but if you're going to take a guess over there, and I'm not sure if this is on your list, Brenda, but if you're going to go somewhere with your date, be attentive. Don't just walk off and leave them to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's not comfortable. They're in a new environment. They don't know these people. You don't have to be hip to cuff and handcuffed and on top of them all night, but sort of pay attention to them. Make sure they're okay. We know these are your family and friends, but hey, can you pay? There was on Reddit where the woman went to a business. She went to a party at her husband's boss's house. And there's always a point in the night where the wives or the business people spread, they go into one room, the executives go in the other room and talk. She said the other wives were very mean to her, so she wasn't comfortable being with them. So she agreed with her husband. I'm not going to leave you tonight. They want to discuss business. I'm going to be there because these other wives are very mean to me or disgusting. And the other wives had the nerve to come and corner her and tell her she needed to step away from her husband because they need to discuss business and she was holding up business. And I'm thinking, I told my husband, we're going to have to go home or yesterday was your last day at work. Because I'm going to have to give this wife and her husband a piece of my mind. So
in the military, there are certain expectations of the wives.
Yeah.
And I was married, my ex-husband, it was a role reversal because he was an officer and all of a sudden I became the wife and I was supposed to go and do all the teas with all the wives and all this bullshit that I was
You were a Stepford wife in the military, a military Stepford wife?
That's what they expected of me. And I was like, hell no, I got a job. I'm sorry. See you later. If I need to be there to support other families, I will be there. Okay. But I am not going to be at every dog and pony show. Like I didn't see the value in that. Now,
was the value in supporting your husband?
Yes, absolutely. But me going to have tea with the wives is not supporting him.
Well, I didn't think it was expected of you. It is kind of, and I'm just being a devil's advocate because I wouldn't have made it.
I had a girlfriend whose husband was the commander, and she was like, "Now I don't like to do that kind of stuff." But when it comes to supporting the soldiers, oh yes, absolutely. I would have done whatever we needed to do for them. Yes, but if it was,
you were not going to put on airs and pretend to be, and I understand that.
And the wives wear the husband's ranks for some reason, and I'm like, that's not my rank. My husband worked for that rank. I am just the wife. I just came, I came on board the other day. We just got married, right? But there's an expectation that when you attend these events, I think it's an event. So some of these events, like there's an expectation that you're going to go with your wife and you're going to have a great time. I don't see why, like that Reddit article, like if you go to a party and the men leave or the employees leave to go talk business, to me, it's like, you know what? Why am I even going? You guys are going to go work.
Right. That's what the wife said. Why don't y'all do that separately? Why must this be done? And I didn't read the whole article. I just read snippets of it. But if I were the wife, I would have said to my husband, listen, for the next year, either you're going to have to go by yourself because I'm not even going to put myself in a situation that I have to be here for you to represent you and be this Stepford wife for the first hour. And then you're going to, that's still a Stepford wife. We're going to toss you to the side. You're going to go ahead and bake some cookies until we come back. Were you guys just at work yesterday? You couldn't talk about that at work?
Right.
But why not just say, okay, you guys, anyone who wants to leave at this point, we're going to discuss the business.
That could have been at least, right? Like, hey, how about we go in separate cars?
Almost.
When you're done, I'm coming home. You go do your thing.
I agree.
But I think I think you have a great point. Like, if you just started dating, don't leave her behind. If it's your party, don't leave me out there with people. I don't know now. I can be an extrovert. Like if I have to, I could strike up a conversation, but you got to know your date. And if she's not that way or he's not that way, then why would you do that to them?
Because I always say I'm an introverted extrovert. I don't mind laughing and cutting the food. But I'm also introspective. I have to sit there and read the room and see what's going on. Because I mean, if I look at somebody and something about them just seems completely off, and I don't want that person to come and say anything to me. You don't even have to like, hey, what's up? You don't even have to nod your head.
Yeah.
No. I've gone to parties before and looked at someone and knew I can't even stand this person. I don't know their name, but their whole vibe is off. So, and then, and you have to be so careful because all of us have these family members or friends who are likely to go and say something snippy behind your back to your date. They're out there. They want to say something rude and nasty just because that's who they are. And they don't have a problem with it. They don't see that as a problem. And they're doing it. They're being cruel on purpose, but they want to pretend that they don't know that's what they're doing.
No, I agree with that. If you're starting new and you're going to the party together, you need to stay together. You need to take care of each other. And if it's not possible, then don't even invite that person. Like, don't.
Right. And come up with some signals. So when it's time to go, because when you've been with your husband for a long time, when I was married, it's like we were, it's for, you do just when you're married to someone or you're with someone for so long, this person.
Yes.
So my husband could tell from across the room when I was ready to go. And vice versa. We could just know it'd be at the same time. We're like, let's get up out of here. We're tired of it.
Yeah.
But you need a hand signal for this new person because they don't, there needs to be something that they can see from across the room. You can see to know they're ready to go. For me, it would be the door closing.
I mean, because think about it, that can go like really wrong. Like you could be in a new relationship where everything is going good. You go and you have a horrible experience at this corporate party that you just drag this person to.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to be that great afterwards. Because I would feel some type of way if you just took me to this party and you just abandoned me. And I'm
you
like,
feel
left to my own
manipulated and used. Like you've been used, tossed to the side.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you got to be really careful about doing something like this. Number 8, find out if your parents plan on buying him or her a gift.
No, I do not even have to ask. That's a no.
At this stage of the game, let's just hold our presents.
Next question.
So the next tip, number 9. Oh, and you touched on this. Bring something if you plan on being with his family. I agree. Bring a dessert, bring a bottle, bring a dish, something.
Do not cook the dish because we don't eat food in my household. My family, we're going to be all in the kitchen. I'm going to tell you before you get there. We're going to be like that little skit. Who made the potato salad? Like, just hold it, not make no potato salad.
Yes.
You don't have time to be trying your food and stuff.
No.
Just go on the Publix and get a cake or something, or a case of
Coca-Colas. You were right. Either bring a drink, a bottled drink, some flowers.
Yeah.
Or some dessert that you purchased.
Right. Because think of my family, like, she don't even look like she clean. Did anybody go in her house? Is her house clean? I can already hear my aunt. My aunt be like, is there any dogs in her house?
Yes.
We got too many issues in my family. Clearly, they're like, we're not going to eat that. We're sorry.
Now, let me ask you this. The last thing it says, when you're there, help his mom set the table and clean up without asking. I was raised that way, that if I went anywhere to go eat, I was going to help. I was going to do dishes or something. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So I'm not going to come and help to set the table because people know how they want their table set. Women, everybody folds their towel a different way. And you can go pick up your towel and fold it, and it's a whole situation. So, number 1, I'm going to get there after the table has been set. Let's just say that. I don't want to get there early. Everything needs to be set when I get there. But I'm going to be the one saying, excuse me, Miss Brenda, where's your trash can? because I picked up these plates and I want to throw these plates away. Or
Right.
here's some bottles and cans. Should I recycle these? I'm going to be the one circling the room, cleaning up the whole time because I'm part OCD because I don't like all that stuff around. And because I know at the end of the night, you don't need to have a big cleanup. My mama taught me to clean as you go. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be the cleanup queen. Everything is going to be in the trash. I'm going to wash the dishes. And I'm going to say, try to let her know that she can relax. Here's the thing. People's personalities are so weird. You can walk up to the lady and ask to help to set the tables or ask what you can do. And she come out, why that little old girlfriend come here trying to take over my house, asking me what I need? I know to do what I need to do in my house. That's how we do. So that's why I like to do something I haven't been asked to do that can be noticeable and hope nobody wants to pick up the trash. Okay. So I feel pretty comfortable doing that. I might say, I'm here if you guys need me to do anything, but I'm going to say that while I'm walking through the living room and out the back door. I'm just not going to hover in the kitchen because now it's like, why is she standing there looking at us?
Right. No, I absolutely agree.
You're walking into that you have no idea.
Yes. So number 10, don't feel bad if you decide to spend the holidays apart. Oh my God, this should go without saying, right?
You know what? So here's the thing. And I guess it's all in where you are in life. I can remember being 25, 24. I had a roommate. Neither one of us were dating. I don't know. We were both sort of dating, but whatever you're doing at 24 years old, in between boyfriends. I remember us being together at Thanksgiving, and we were like two sad sacks, girl. We ended up eating like hot dogs and French fries or something on Thanksgiving. I mean, we was just two sad, miserable souls. In the house together, couldn't really even enjoy each other because, we didn't have dates or boyfriends or whatever. Not for nothing. My family was right here in town. It was just that I don't know how we ended up with just she and I together. Maybe I went somewhere later on. I was so lonely, but this Thanksgiving, girl, when I was up here in this house all by myself, looking at Netflix and hanging out, I was like, this is the life.
Man.
But I think it's all in where you are in life because I was thinking Thanksgiving Day, I was so content and so at peace. And just, you guys, you know what? It's so freeing to be at peace.
Oh,
I don't care what you're doing in life. If you're in a castle, if you're in a crate, if you got a broom closet you live in, if you're sleeping in your car, as long as you are at peace, oh my God. I remember people talking about being peaceful, perfect peace. It's for real. I was in so much peace, nothing bothered me. I had all the food in the house that I wanted to cook. I could have made all these big dinners. I just didn't. At the last minute, I just got up and whipped up some potato salad, baked some chicken, and had broccoli and cheese casserole. And that sounds like I did a lot of cooking, but it really wasn't a whole lot. It was just whipped that up, and that was it. Just peaceful.
Oh, I tell you, it's priceless. You can't put a price on peace.
So the me, at one point, I felt obligated to attend family functions. I don't feel that obligation anymore. And you know what's funny is when I speak to certain family members and they take it personal that I don't come around, and I'm thinking it can't be personal for you. It has to be personal for me. Are you getting ready to spay the dog?
I just threw my shoe at him.
So, Brenda, do you feel obligated to go around your family members for holidays?
Nope. No,
and do they take it personal if you don't go?
Well, I was gone for so long, right?
Yeah.
That my mom is not here anymore. She's with my brother in the States. So here, my best friend is like my sister. And so they take it a little personal. Like she called me for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Hey, you guys are coming over. We're going to expect you. And I'm like, look, I'm going to try, but I really didn't feel like going anywhere. Plus, we had to get up really early the next day because Aaliyah's father was going back to the States. So
Okay.
He only came for Thanksgiving. So I'm like, look, I said, look, I don't know. I'm still cooking because I really didn't even want to cook. I wanted to go to a restaurant, but everything was closed. But you know what? Any other time I would have felt bad about not going to my girlfriend's. But then I was like, you know what? I am not going to do all this cooking, eat, rush, get dressed, drag the baby out there. I just said no. I said, I can't promise you I'm coming over, you know. And I found that it's okay, you know.
It's okay. It's freeing. You know what I think I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to call one or two family members, and most of my family don't take it personal. So 99.9% is only one or two who takes it personal. But I feel I'm going to have to, and I've tried to say, this isn't personal. This is me. Listen, I'm 52. The 25 year, I did enough for other people's ego for the first 45 years of my life. So I need to do what's best for mine from here on out. And even my daughter called me, you know, I want to see Jodeci so bad. I said, are you bringing Jodeci? Gosh, if the dog could drive out here. I said, you're going to come over for Thanksgiving? I really want to see Jodeci. She says, no, I don't think I'm going to come because I got to go back to work. Now, you know, we're in the same city. We only live, I'm in Union City and she's in Buckhead. So I'm at the airport and she's at Lenox Mall for people who's familiar with Atlanta. So the 30-minute drive, she said, I don't even feel like getting dressed to drive out there. And I was like, okay, no problem. I did say, well, you know, I wonder if you could put Jodeci in the Uber because I haven't seen a little dog in a little while. She said, Mom, if I put this dog in the Uber, we'll never see him again. You know how much this dog is worth? She said, somebody take a dog, he would pretend like the dog jumped out the car or something, we would never see. You know, I was just being silly about Ubering the dog, but that's something to think about. They would take my little dog, I'd be out here crazy. But yeah, you know, it's just that you can't even take it personal. I wish people would stop realizing that everything is a personal, everything isn't about you. Some things are about me. And I've decided I'm just not going into any, and when I say any, I mean no situations to make myself uncomfortable, not even for the time it takes me to get out my car and walk to the front door. I'm just not going to do it.
I think if nothing else, that's really the lesson here, right? That we're dating at this stage of the game. I keep saying it, you know, because it's true. At this stage of the game, you really need to do what's best for you and your partner. If your partner is not just not into it, you know what? Don't take it personal. Give them their space and be like, you know what? I'm going to go do this. I'll see you later. Like, we're all adults. We're not all the same. We shouldn't have to do things because of obligations. What obligations do we have at this stage of the game? None.
You know, I used to think that's so funny when you said what obligations we have. I grew up, it used to sound so stupid to me, but it actually makes sense where people say, all I got to do is stay black and die. And I was like, that's so stupid. But when you think about those, literally the only two things that's guaranteed. I'm going to be black. We can't change that. And I'm going to die. I was like,
we're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
All born the way we are.
Whatever complexion you are. I don't care if you lighten it, you know, whatever. So that's pretty much it. I just think we have to learn to. Brenda, why does this keep coming up with every show to say to thy own self be true? Do you know what? We need to name the show To Thine Own Self Be True because every conversation, it comes back down to being true to yourself.
Absolutely. I think it's time. It's time for people to live authentic lives, right? Especially after everything you've been through. And just be authentic about it. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't do anything that it makes you feel uncomfortable or whatever. Don't do it because of what people are going to say, because people don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you two are in a relationship. You two are dating. That's how I feel about it. So look, as a matter of fact, we all have a common theme where we love to travel. If you decide to say bump everybody, we're going to travel for the holidays. See you later. The kids will survive. The family will be okay.
And you know what? You would be better when you return from the holidays because you're going to be so relaxed and so happy.
Yes, absolutely.
When you would do what makes your heart happy, you can't be anything but peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it takes the dating game, right? It turns it a little bit upside down because all of a sudden you approach it from a standpoint of, you know what? I'm going to do what makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm going to respect my authentic self, right?
Yeah.
And we're adults, and I'm going to respect yourself, and I'm going to respect myself, and we're just going to do whatever we both can agree on, without having to think about, oh, well, we got to go to mom and them, or we got to do this and the kids, and no, they'll be okay.
You know what, Brenda? I was just thinking, we got people out here married to someone they never even want to marry because of what their family is going to say. Now, that's the epitome of sadness. Think about it.
Yes. Isn't that something?
Yes.
I mean, you only get one life.
It's not a practice.
No,
not a rehearsal.
This is it. Yeah. And it is short. And if we don't learn to live our life starting today, man, that is
live our lives for ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Around us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Tonya, I think we covered all the tips.
I think so too. That was so interesting.
Right?
So do you have anybody you're bringing home for the holidays? What if you meet somebody between now and December 25th?
Listen, if I meet somebody between now and December 25th, we're going on vacation because I don't have any obligations to anybody. My child will be with her father, and I am free.
Now, I leave on December the 29th.
Oh, you're going to spend New Year's.
I could squeeze a trip in December the 18th.
Oh, yeah.
What are flights to Puerto Rico? I need to go see what flights to Puerto Rico land at the airport. Brenda, I'm here, girl. I'm here.
Well, I'll be in Atlanta on the 18th because I'm going to take her to Atlanta where he's going to pick her up. So I usually hang out in Atlanta because, I have friends in Atlanta. I always can call people and be like, hey. So who knows? If you're free, we can hang out.
Put me down.
Absolutely. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hopefully these tips were helpful to you, especially as you navigate a new relationship during the holidays. Any last piece of advice? Any last minute comments, Tonya? What do you? Anything you would like to share?
What? Just do yourself. Just do what makes you happy, even if it makes everybody else sad. Do what makes you happy. They'll be all right. They'll get over it.
Absolutely.
How about you, Brenda?
Absolutely the same thing. You got to do what makes sense for you too. Respect each other's decisions. This is, and be at peace with the like we just said, like we just said, be at peace with whatever arrangement you guys come up with,
Yeah.
And enjoy the holidays.
Will we see them again before the holidays? Yeah, we probably got 2 more episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So thank you so much for tuning in again to The Best Is Yet to Come. We will see you next week. Have a great evening.
Good night. Bye-bye. Bye, Brenda.
Bye.